Hello, Algebra 1. This is Lesson 91. A lot of you seem to be struggling with being able to answer these problems, so I wanted to go over them with you. So this is the first problem. 2x or 2 minus x is not less than or equal to 1 in the domain of integers. That means we're going to do the dots on the numbers, right? Now, if something is not less than and it's not equal to, it has to be greater than. So 2 minus x is greater than 1. Now we need to solve just for x though. So what we're going to do is subtract 2 from both sides, because this is a positive 2 when there's no sign in front of it. And then we're going to cancel that. So we have a negative x is greater than a negative 1. We do not like to have a negative x. We can't solve that. So we multiply everything by negative 1, and when we do that, we get a positive x, but we have to flip the sign to a less than positive 1. This is what we're going to graph. And because it's the domain of integers, we only graph those integers that are less than positive 1. So we only put in a dot here, my point, a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here. That's it. That's all we do. We do not circle the 1. We don't indicate it at all. We just do the integers. Now, if this were reals, we would circle it, because reals would include the numbers between 0 and 0.99999, whatever that is. So we'd have to include that, but because it's just integers, we don't. So we don't circle the integer. It's not included at all. All right. I hope that clears that up. Clear the page. Let's go to number 2. Find the volume of a sphere whose radius is 4 inches. So the formula is 4 times pi times radius cubed divided by 3. So we are going to drop in our radius, which is 4 pi 4 cubed divided by 3. We pull up my calculator and we'll do the top part. So 4 cubed is 64. Times 4 is 256. So 256 pi is the top number here. I'm going to divide that by 3. 85.33 is what I'll stop at. So that is going to equal 85.33 pi inches cubed. Okay, so I'm going to type that in. So 85.33, and then that's going to be pi. And if you don't know how to do that on your keyboard, it is the Alt key and the letter P, or the Option key on a Mac and the letter P. And I'm going to space, and then I'm going to do in period integer 3 and check it, and that's correct. Next problem. Clear this. We're going to graph negative x is greater than or less equal to 5, and that's in reals. That means we're going to do the line. Okay. So again, we don't like to have a negative variable, so we multiply everything by negative 1. So that becomes a positive x. We flip this, now it's less than or equal to negative 5. So because it's less than or equal to negative 5, we are going to circle 5 and fill it in because of the equal bit. And then we're going to go to the left because that's less. Done. Easy peasy. All right, let's clear the page here. Go to the next one. Find the surface area of a sphere whose radius is 5 foot. All right, so the surface area is 4 times pi r squared, because area is a two-dimensional, right? Here's the difference. The surface area of a sphere is this, and the volume of a sphere is this. See the difference? They're very similar, but area is a two-dimensional object and sphere is a three-dimensional object, right? Because you have space, you have a third dimension of depth being added. Okay, it's not just a flat circle on a paper anymore. This is the paper that you would wrap around the basketball to give to somebody for Christmas. That's the surface area. All right, so let's drop this in. 4 pi 5 squared. So we have 5 times 5 is 25. So 4 pi 25. That's going to be 4 times 25 is 100. So that's 100 pi feet, and because it's area, it's squared. So we type that in. 100. Let me put the pi feet, and then that is squared. Check it, and it's correct. All right. Last one. No, yeah, last one. I forgot about the video. I'm like, it didn't go all the way around, but it's the video. Minus 3x plus 5 is greater than 1, and that's integers, so that means dots, right? So let's get rid of this 5. So minus 5 minus 5, that gives us negative 3x is greater than negative 4. Divide both by negative 3. Now remember, we are dividing by a negative number. So that means this is going to change. When you divide or multiply by a negative number, this flips. So x is going to be less than, negative divided by negative is a positive, so 4/3. Okay, so if x is less than 4/3, 4/3 is equal to 1 1/3, right? So what is the first integer less than 1 1/3? That would be 1. 1 is less than 1 1/3, and x is less than 1 1/3 in integers. So 1, 0, -1, and 2. And that's how we'd graph that. And that's it. All right. That is all we have for lesson 91, and I will see you guys in class.